Here we are at Coral Pink Sand Dunes in southern Utah. And there's a lot to say about this sandy area. Well, first of all, it's a dune field that covers about 13.6 square kilometers, and the highest sand dune behind me is about 10 meters high. And like I said, there's a lot to this. And let's start with where this sand comes from. It comes from an older rock formation called the Navajo Sandstone. And back in the Jurassic period, in the days of the dinosaurs, the Navajo Sandstone was deposited in a big desert, big sand dunes, much bigger than what we have right here. In fact, the Navajo Sandstone Desert was probably larger than the Sahara is today. But these days, the Navajo Sandstone is slowly weathering and eroding away, and the weathered pieces of sediment, the weathered pieces of sand are picked up by wind and carried and dropped off here. Now, why are these here? Well, there's this notch behind me between two mountains. That's created by the severe fault. There's a little bit of displacement there between Moccasin and Moquith Mountain. And when you have a constriction that wind flows through, wind will blow faster through a constriction. And when wind blows faster, it has a greater ability to pick up and move sand. And so the winds race through that little notch, picking up this sediment, and then they blow out here and drop off all of that sand right here. So that's why we have the sand here, and that's where the sand comes from, the Navajo Sandstone. But what about the color? Coral pink. And you'll see they do have this beautiful pinkish hue. And that's because areas of the Navajo Sandstone were cemented with hematite, with iron oxide, which has a reddish color. And some of the iron oxide coating remains on those little sand grains and gives it that nice pinkish hue. And so there we have, in a nutshell, the story of these beautiful coral pink sand dunes.